Hey guys, what's up? On this video, I wanted to talk about something that I always wanted iPhonic to add to this game, and they actually did it. It's not one of the most important things, but it was something that I think that it would benefit the game a lot, and they actually did it in the October's update. Ever since the October's update, ever since they came back to the game, they actually did this 3 times. But the problem is that even though they did it, they didn't do it like in a very good way. And I'm talking about adding ranged weapons for the Predator, which was something that the game didn't have for many years. They only added this in last year, which was 2024. So this is pretty much just gonna be a rant video, just me talking about how disappointed I was that I don't know what's worse, like to never get this or to actually get what I wanted, but still like it's done in such a bad way that is like I'm not gonna even use them. Like, so for many years, ever since the first year of the game, they added more weapons to the game, but it was mainly melee weapons. They added the stupid Norse hammer. They added the axe, the sickle, the katana. They added a bunch of melee weapons that are pretty much like the same thing. They don't have much. Sure, there are different animations. Like the melee animation of the attacks are different, but like the damage, they are usually like around the same level how effective they were, except by maybe the sickle and then when they added the hook. I mean the hook, I think that I do like the hook. I do like the sickle because they are overall, they can be efficient, you know, and the hook is like when they added, I thought it was actually very cool for a melee weapon. However, they didn't add many ranged weapons. Ever since the game came out, we had the plasma pistol, or how they call it, the handheld plasma caster. I just call them plasma pistol, it's a pistol. And then we had the bow. And it was pretty much like these weapons for many years. And the bow was, I believe that they only nerfed the headshot damage in the first year, but it was mostly left intact. So the bow has always been considered good. And the plasma pistol was nerfed, I think in 2020 and 2021. For a time it was good, and people complained they nerfed it, and they only went to buff this weapon on, I think it was when they released Wolf. So that would be 2022. That's when the pistol actually became a good option, because there was the pistol and there was the bow. However, nobody would use the pistol because it was just not efficient. Like, why would you just nerf yourself? It wasn't just good enough against the fighting, so pretty much everybody had to go with the bow. The combat stick could also be used for ranged. However, you can only throw it once. It's like you did more. Like only throwing the combat stick is not enough. That's why people would just usually pair the combat stick with the bow. You throw the combat stick, you follow with the bow, and then like that's usually how you would be able to stack up damage. Follow, use the combat stick, then do the next damage with the bow. And then when the plasma pistol was buffed, you could do also the same thing with the pistol because it was more efficient. And then after a while, they decide to add another weapon, which would be the crossbow gun, which functions in a very similar way to the disc. The disc is another weapon which, in the first year, there was only one disc, and the flight was kind of different. Like, it wasn't as easy to maneuver as it was now, so nobody would use it. It was very rare. Like, I only remember like 1 or 2 guys to actually try to make it work, and it wasn't like that as strong as it is now. So when they increased the amount of discs to 3, and they changed the flight so it was easier to maneuver, it became efficient. It became like the meta weapon for the Predator, as long as you have a low ping. And the crossbow gun is pretty much like the same idea. You have 3 bolts instead of 3 discs, and you can throw them in the direction of the fighting. And as you throw the weapon, you're gonna be able to maneuver the bolt as it tries to follow to the fighting. However, it's not as efficient as the smart disc because it flies in a much faster span. You cannot control the flight. With the disc, you can do it slowly, or you can just speed it up at the right moment, so you can hit the fighting at the moment, and you can maneuver it better. You can just turn it around and do like multiple hits to the fighting. With the crossbow gun, it goes too fast, so it's kind of more problematic for you to hit the fighting. It goes in a straight line. The fighting can dodge easier. It can just like be able to just go get, or like just be getting behind cover easier. It's not that hard to avoid, and you won't be able to do like multiple hits. If you hit the fighting once from far, not only it's harder for you to just aim as it is with the disc because of it's faster, so you don't have much of a reaction time to be able to use it well. And also, like, I feel like I don't know, at least if I try to use the same DPI that I use for the disc, it just feels like it moves too fast. So you need to find, like, I need to find like a test different like sensitivity settings to find what would be the best for it. But even if I hit the target, I cannot hit it again, or like it's gonna be very hard to hit it again because you have to hit it once in a straight line. And then you can try to fly it and try to turn it around, but the flight time is not that high that allows you to maneuver it for that long to be able to hit a target, turn it around, and try to hit it again like you can do with the smart disc in a much faster way. The damage is good. The crossbow gun, they did well with the damage. However, it has 2 big problems, which is how you're able to hit the targets, which is harder. which is why for a while when it came out, I mainly tried to use it like a combo stick. I would just come in close to the fighter and throw it like right at their face. I would just throw it and cancel it, so that as soon as the bolt would leave the cross gun, it would just like leave the I would just shoot. The camera would switch from the predator to the bolt, and then as soon as that happened, I would cancel it, so it would just like go back to the predator and the bolt would just follow its line. Something that is good about it, like with the smart disc, if you cancel the animation while it's flying, it's gonna go back to you. And I get it, that's how it should be. With the crossbow gun, it's just gonna go in this straight line. It's gonna go to where you are aiming. It actually works well into its favor. So you aim at it. The best way for me to use it, I would just aim where I want it to go. I shoot it and I cancel it, and it just goes it. So I don't have to spend much time maneuvering, you know, because when it's maneuvering, I feel like not only it's hard to control it, but the predator is vulnerable. So I would just use it like a combo stick. Just come up point blank, shoot it right at the fighting. The damage is good. It's 125, I think, or 20, pretty much like the same as the smart disc. And it's more than the combo stick, unless the combo stick does a headshot. Crossbow gun, I don't think it has a headshot damage multiplier, but it's like good. It's like having 3 combo sticks, kind of, but the combo stick is easier to hit, and the crossbow gun, you might miss it more. But I feel that against like downed players, it can be very good. I think it's like two crossbows to be able to kill a downed fighting player. However, the other problem, because as I mentioned, there are 2 problems: how hard it is to maneuver it, and the fact that the bolts can be destroyed with like just a few little bullets. Like, it's very easy to destroy. If you get stuck, if you don't, that's another reason why I decided to use it at point blank. I would just use it at point blank and get it back as soon as it leaves the predator. As soon as it hits the targets, I would just get it back. Because the HP of the crossbow and even the normal smart disc is so low at the moment that the fighting can destroy it. A single fighting can destroy like in 2 seconds. If you have like just 2 fighting shooting it, it's going to be destroyed in 1 second. I think it can even be destroyed while it's flying, which is stupid. So the fighting can easily counter it. So it was a good idea, good damage, which Predator needs it because the fighting damage is very high. So to counter it, you need something that can do damage. However, it just comes with a lot of problems. It's not easy to use, you know. Well, the fighting has a sniper, a hit scan sniper rifle, which just like you just have to point and click, and you snipe the Predator, and you can take the mask off with just 2 shots. You know, like compared to the fighting has weapons that are just as strong and can actually be much easier to use, you know, to apply damage. Or the 10-11 pistol, the Predator comes close to you, you just unload the entire clip, and just like most of his HP is gone just from a single fighting player. The next weapon that they added, the Trident, which sure it looks cool. Maybe it reminds me of one of the combat stick, the glaives from Predator Conquer Jungle. I love the game. However, it comes with the main problem for both the Trident and the Eye of Ra. We have like a Trident, like a combat stick variant, like they pretty much took the combat stick, they multiply it by 3, and they nerf the damage. So we have 3 combat sticks that can be thrown one after the other, but they do less damage, and that's a big problem. That's the same thing with the Eye of Ra, also damage. Both of these weapons have the problem of low damage. Damage is not enough. Unless the fighting players are only playing like maybe scouts or recons, then maybe it's okay, you can just use it, like keep throwing the Tridents. But the Trident on its own, it just doesn't have enough damage. Damage for throwing, the damage for melee, it's just too inferior. You can try to throw the 3 one after the other, but I don't think that you won't even be able to get a kill with that, because it might take like three Tridents hits to be able to down a player, unless maybe it's a recon or scout. Maybe it could be 2 if you are using damage buffs. But you throw it 2 of them, and then if the player is down, you only have 1 more Trident to use. So and you have to go get them back to be able to throw it again. So you don't like when the fighting player is down, and if you are using like the bow or the pistol, you can just keep shooting. You have more. You don't have to reloading. That's not the problem with reloading. The Eye of Ra and the Trident, they have the same 2 problems. They don't do enough damage against the fighting. The fighting can easily overpower. Like it takes too much hits to be able to get a kill for both the Trident and the Eye of Ra. And they have let's say a low clip. I know the Trident is not like they have a clip, but you only have 3 of them. On its own, just having three throws is not enough to get a kill. Same thing with Eye of Ra. Damage is low, and you only have 4 bullets in the clip. So four shots with this, you won't be able to get a kill. Like these weapons on their own are not enough. You can throw it. You can do like 4 shots with the Eye of Ra. You might be able to down someone. I think it's 45 the damage. So yeah, you might be able to down someone with 4 hits, unless it's like a support thick skin. Otherwise, you won't be able to kill him, because after you do the 4th hit, the 4th shot, you're gonna have to reload. And by the time that you reload, the fighting can either push you away, or the player that you are trying to down will be able to heal himself with a threat. So they have the same problem. Like you're gonna use it out that they have on their clip, and then the fighting won't be even down it. Sometimes you won't be able to get a kill. You're gonna have to reload. You're gonna have to get the ammo back, and by the time you do that, you lost your opportunity to get a kill. So it's just a problem, and that's why I barely use these weapons. I try to use them, but it's just like if you are playing, like, I mean, all the fighting players are using support. It's just too tanky. They have too much HP. You cannot counter this with this. The damage is too low, and it's frustrating because even if you manage to get a down, you're gonna have to reload. You're gonna have to get the tridents back to be able to secure the kill, or you just quick claim, but then sometimes that can get you killed. So it's a big problem. They added new weapons, but they're not effective, and it's a big problem because sure, it's not a competitive game. I know it's just like a shits and giggles Predator asymmetrical multiplayer game that is not to be taken seriously. I get it. At one point, I took this game too seriously in regards to balance and how it should be played, but still, it's just like annoying. It's just not fun like this when you're trying to down like players that are using support, and you do 4 shots and you have to reload, and then they heal, and then you have to shoot again. You do 4 more shots with the Eye of Ra, and they don't go down, and you keep you just can't get anyone down, and they're just shooting you. Your HP is going down, and it doesn't matter how much damage you shoot with this pistol, it's not getting anyone down. And every time you reload, they heal, or at one point you're gonna your HP has went down so low that you're gonna have to jump away and run. So it's just not fun. The weapons, when you have a weapon that is too underpowered, it just becomes not fun because you want to be able to feel powerful, feel like you have a chance to be able to get a kill against the fighting. Sure, if the fighting are all using shotguns or the plasma gun, maybe yeah, then okay, maybe this won't be much of a problem. But if they're running the meta weapons, these weapons are not gonna work well. I mean, I would say that to fix these weapons, I mean, the Trident, the Eye of Ra, it's really simple. Increase the damage of the Trident. The Eye of Ra, I think that because the damage is lower than I think the normal pistol, I would just increase the clip. Give it a 10 bullet clip. It should be have 10 bullets. I don't want to have to worry about reloading. Some people are gonna say, oh, but then that means but he already has infinite ammo. So what? He has infinite ammo. It doesn't really help. The infinite ammo doesn't really help the Predator, to be honest, with the plasma pistol, unless the weapon actually does good damage. Predator resources in the game are unlimited. Yeah, ammo for the pistols, or let's say the pigs. They can always spawn pigs in the map. However, the Predator has a limited amount of time to hunt, to fight. The fighting might have limited resources, but they can just complete the mission in 3 minutes and leave. So having unlimited resources for the Predator doesn't really help it that much, unless the fighting is camping instead of doing the mission, and it's good. The Predator is trying to make the fighting run out of resources, and in that scenario, sure, the Predator might have the advantage if it's gonna be a 15-minute match of the fighting just camping inside a building. But in scenarios where the fighting knows what he's doing, this is not gonna be the case. So Trident and Eye of Ra, I would say Eye of Ra, if I can take this damage, but if they make it the clip 10 bullets, that would be cool. That would be just because the damage is lower than the other pistol, at least the clip should be higher. The Trident increase the damage. It might as well increase the damage of the normal combat stick, because I think it should. And then the bow, which was nerfed, should go back to what it was before, in my opinion. The crossbow gun is kind of tricky. I would say the bow should have more HP, shouldn't be so easily destroyed. And the flight should be a little bit easier. Since it's always going in a straight line, you cannot twist it like this. I think that the flights, you should be able to control the flight speed like you can do with this, It should go a little bit slower, and you have to press a key to be able to do it faster or not, for the players to be able to control it easily. But those would be my solutions for the new ranged weapons.